Welcome to another Rogue One video, where in this one we'll be talking about the Inquisitors possibly appearing in Rogue One and what it means if they would appear and if they will end up appearing at all. The Inquisitors are of course some of the primary antagonists featured in Rebels, who specialize in hunting down the remaining Jedi that Lord Vader may be too busy to concern himself with. The importance of the Inquisitors' appearance is timeline. The Inquisitors seem to be extremely active during the time of Rebels, which first season takes place approximately 14 years after Revenge of the Sith, and roughly 5 years before A New Hope, meaning it is completely in the realm of possibility that they would still be active and utilized by the Empire right up to the time of A New Hope. It is currently unknown if any Jedi will be featured in Rogue One. As stated earlier, the appearance of a Jedi is the primary reason why the Inquisitors would become activated by the Empire, since it is their speciality to hunt down and kill remaining Jedi left after Order 66. However, I believe that a coordinated attack from the Rebels, as stated in the opening crawl of A New Hope, could provoke the Empire into deploying the Inquisitors. It is said that Vader will have a major role in the film and that his presence will be felt throughout, and to put it in simple terms, anything that requires Vader's intervention would most certainly fall under the requirements of possibly even multiple Inquisitors simultaneously. The importance of the Rebels TV show has been elevated with the announcement of a film so close to its time period, Rogue One, and with the show taking place potentially right up to the events of Rogue One, the likelihood of the appearance of characters featured in Rebels has never been a greater possibility. At the time of the release of the Season 2 for Rebels mid-season trailer and making of this video, we only have knowledge of up to 7 Inquisitors and have only seen 4, the appearance of a 4th Inquisitor in the background of the trailer. The appearance of the Inquisitors in Rogue One may end up being more unlikely than not, since the film is supposed to contain limited Force wielders with the exception of Vader, thus highlighting a different, less explored part of the Star Wars universe. However, the appearance of the Inquisitors is still possible, but the role of the main rebel pursuers may fall to bounty hunters instead. We have seen that the Empire will not hesitate to utilize bounty hunters. Like I said earlier, the importance of the Rebels TV show has been elevated. I feel that that is the deciding factor of whether we could see the Inquisitors show up in Rogue One. If something happens to the Inquisitors in Rebels, which very well may happen, we may not end up seeing them in Rogue One, such as if all the Inquisitors are killed, or if the Inquisitors defect, something to that effect. That will, of course, be the outcome of whether or not we will be seeing them in Rogue One or not. In closing, the Inquisitors were an asset the Empire would not hesitate to utilize, and with an event as serious as the surprise Rebel attack, or even more importantly, the theft of the Empire's plans for their ultimate weapon, the Death Star, would more than warrant the deployment of one or possibly more Inquisitors to assist in reacquiring the stolen plans. That being said, bounty hunters may seem to be the more realistic option for an antagonist in the film, if they choose to go a different route, which they said earlier. The Inquisitors are exceptionally interesting to me because they're not Sith, they fall somewhere in between, and they're not fully trained either because Palpatine, we know, is very careful about training people that could potentially overthrow him, and that's really interesting. And to see the Inquisitors on film would be great. Of course, we've seen some pretty crazy design choices for the Inquisitors in Rebels, and I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing them one day on the big screen, possibly in another anthology movie if we don't get it in Rogue One. But it's still not impossible for them to show up in Rogue One, although it may be more likely, as I said, for a bounty hunter to show up, mostly because that's probably what the audience more identifies with, and it gives us some a different look into the Star Wars universe, which is what Rogue One seems to be the most about. So anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. How would you guys feel about the Inquisitors showing up in Rogue One? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think that they'll be using bounty hunters or a different part of maybe some Imperial forces? As we heard, the Death Troopers are involved as well, a group of troopers that are supposed to be below Darth Vader, that are supposed to help him in reacquiring the plans. Maybe the role of the Inquisitors could fall to them and they could be more specialized troopers, which I assume they will. All comments are welcome down below. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think. May the Force be with you. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.